You are now listening to the sounds of the Band of the Hawk Underground Pyramid Crew. Bow up, bow up.
Yo, episode 2, we back, man. What's going on, man? Yo, Noah Archangel with the Band of the Hawk Underground Pyramid Crew, man. We at the Spitboxx, maybe in Houston, Texas. What's going on?
Man, how's everybody doing today? It's your boy Jeffrey Vaughn, the Spitboxx, H-Town. What's going down? Man, what do y'all want to talk about today?
Yeah, don't forget, man. My man DJ Mastermind in the back, man. What's going on, big dog?
Yeah, you can't forget about me. I might be slow. You know what I'm saying? I'm here still.
Episode 3, we gonna get him a stepping stool.
You know what I'm saying? My man, you know what I'm saying? Big timing, you know what I'm saying? Bandofthehawk.com, man, you know what I'm saying? Band of the Hawk Underground Pyramid Crew, bow up. KRXM Radio, we doing our thing, man. It's episode 2 of the Spitboxx, man. We kind of come through, talk about the culture, what's going on in the culture, what's going on in the industry, the behind the scenes things, you know what I mean? Not just talking about how we make music and all that, but also like what goes into the industry shit in the background, so that way you can understand like how you need to move outside of the Instagrams and the Twitters and all that stuff, as well as, you know, how you need to move depending on how you what your goals are, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day though, man, first of all, how's your week and shit, Pico?
Man, the week, it's summertime, so the kids are home and everything, stuff like that. Trying to entertain them and work is a lot of work. You know, I'm just intrigued by what's going on the internet, you know, and just looking at the stuff with James Harden and Lil Baby, you know, Sierra Glam Shop, you know, and her ex, and all of that type of stuff.
What's good? Yeah, the James Harden shit, man. Talking about being in Paris and shit, niggas in Paris.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing nigga shit in Paris and wondering why he goes, look, man, regardless of us wanting to be equal, we still gotta understand, man, we still niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is like, if you don't wanna be treated as niggas, then you can't act like niggas. Which means, you know, you don't travel international borders and get 20 grams of weed with you. Sorry, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been all around this world, real shit. I'll bring my vape with me so that I can put it in a little bag and they'll never know, and they'll never fucking know it's what it is. But I ain't bringing no fucking weed with me, especially in spots like Paris and places like that where it ain't really legal like that. Like, you ain't Jay-Z, man. You ain't niggas that really got the people to protect you to understand what's going on, man. So you got Lil Baby and fucking Harden going through their shit, man. What else you read about that shit, man? I kind of skimmed over the little news article or whatever, but
It just got out. Baby just got out. So.
Baby just got out?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be like some ASAP Rocky shit, huh? At least with Rocky was defending his honor and shit or whatever, man. This shit right here was just some straight nigga shit, man. And I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm just saying, man, like, I don't like going to jail, man. I've been in jail a couple of times, more than a couple of times actually. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 felonies on my record. You know what I'm saying? I never really rap about it. You know what I'm saying? But in the day, man, like, jail, that shit's bitch. Now, I don't know why you niggas want to be around a lot of niggas and shit and fucking dirty ass shower stalls and fucking, you know, gay niggas and crazy niggas and all that shit. I'd rather be around pussy. Just my straight shit, man. What you think about that?
I think that I'm too old to go to jail for some bullshit. You know, the only way I'm gonna go to jail is if somebody does something to my kids. But I also think that, you know, this industry has you believing that you can do certain things that you're not necessarily able to do.
Word.
Like you
That's
look
a good
at,
point.
you know, Puff Daddy slapping the UCLA coach.
You were exalted for that, actually, doing nigga shit. No shout, go ahead, man. Yeah, shit.
Puffy slapping the UCLA coach
because he yelled at his son or whatever.
Yeah,
some
something
shit.
like
Some coach shit though, right?
But then at the same token, he didn't go to jail. But Puffy has the check and the backing to be able to wrap that up. But
we didn't go to jail when niggas got shot with that shine shit. Like, you know, there's levels to this shit, my nigga. He's an exec. He ain't the artist. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
So I just think at a certain point, you gotta match the same energy as your money.
Right.
And I think that people get into this game and they don't mature, you know, but their money grows and it magnifies them of more of who they once were. And LL Cool J said that, you know, money doesn't change you, it just magnifies of who you really are. And I'm not saying
shout out LL Cool J, man. I was going through his catalog the other day. This nigga, man, that's the greatest of all. This nigga been hitting since '83. You know what I'm saying? Going with the heavyweights, man. But go ahead, man. Yeah, real shit.
So I just think, you know, at some point, when are we as a people gonna grow up? Because I'm tired of being judged, you know, like a nigga when I don't do nigga shit. I mean, I do some nigga shit.
We all do, man.
We all do, but I don't glorify the nigga shit anymore. And I think at some point in your career, you got to figure out where it is that you want to go, who your target market is, and where ultimately you want to push forward to. And making stupid mistakes that cost you money, that's throwing money to the fucking wind every time you go to fucking jail. Yeah. That you could be doing other shit with.
I mean, you talking about show, you know, if you get to that level, you know what I'm saying, when you making $100,000 a show, man, and you getting locked up, you know, you getting sued for that. Matter of fact, you're gonna have to get that money back. You're losing $100,000 plus the merchandise that you was gonna make, and you gotta pay that back, even though you didn't make no money off the promoter. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. So it's like you're putting yourself in bad situations to lose money. I thought we would. I mean, we do it for the love, but I thought y'all were doing this to make money, man. Like, you know, back at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of ignorant niggas behind the camera, like, oh man. You know what I'm saying? But them niggas got a whole bunch of money. Yeah, a fool with his money is soon parted. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yo, hold on. Yo, DJ, man. This is a real. You know what I'm saying? We saw real niggas like we done done real nigga shit, but I don't consider myself a real nigga. I'm a real man. You know what I'm saying? But man, what was the last time you went to jail for that? What was the realest thing you went to jail for? Because I remember, man, you been through some shit, man. This nigga ain't reformed his life. Me and him been through a lot of shit together. We ain't gonna talk about everything.
I ain't gonna say everything, but I went through a little bad phase where, you know, I was depressed and shit, and the nigga was kicking doors.
Yeah.
And so.
Nah. Hey, I wanted this nigga to talk about when this nigga was running down 610 in Houston, you know what I'm saying? From the cops to the feds, niggas was doing some real shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This my man. We ain't gotta go all the way.
We ain't going to that, but yeah, it was a high speed chase. Niggas was all on the news and everything.
You know what I'm
had
saying?
to hide out in a fucking apartment complex.
And we need to make a song about that, man. Because funny enough, you really did do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we don't Band of the Hawk, we don't glorify that shit. You know what I'm saying? I done it. Like I said, here's my song Screw right now. He played it in the background, like I said, but I never mentioned my past. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to get big off of what I did in my past that made me stupid. I learned from that and elevated. I wouldn't be Noah Archangel right now if I stayed that nigga back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I think I don't want to ruin the element of surprise. If I put everything that I do in my music, then it's like you know how to prepare, you know. But if I don't put everything in my music, you never know what I'm capable of. So I'll come in and then you try to box me into a certain situation and I react. You really should, because then it's like you don't know. And it's like if you're glorifying something, then it's like how confident are you really in it? Yeah. You're just trying to sell a fucking record, which puts you into the mindset of just being a slave. And if you want to be a slave, get a 9 to 5.
But I mean, at the same time, when you say glorified, man, it's kind of like, you know, there's a difference between speaking on your past and telling them where you at now, and then at the same time, where you're just basically trying to sell a story and sell an image, and then you wonder why you get locked up. Like, I think it's hilarious that every time I'm on, you know, Say Cheese or Vlad TV and all those, you know, shout out to all those media, the black media guys, you know, Vlad ain't black, but you know, and I see a new rapper coming up, Pooh Sheisty, you know what I'm saying, or Kodak Black or whoever coming up, and it's like, as soon as I hear about them, they come up, all right, man, good for these brothers. I always want brothers to do well, but then it's like a week later, it's all niggas in jail, and it's over some really dumb shit that's gonna get them locked up for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's like, god damn, man, like, why do you niggas not understand? Like, once you get into this level, and a lot of niggas do this shit so they can fund their career. And I'll be honest with you, like they said, what was that hip hop evolution joint or whatever it was on FX, where Deb Anthony and all the underground kids were talking about, you know, I mean, most hip hop was funded by drug deals. Let's be real, you know what I'm saying? So nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, we got this company only gave us so many games to play, but at the same time, like Deb Anthony, they understood, like, once I make this legit dough, I gotta move around, because I can't keep doing that, because you're putting yourself on Front Street. There is a hip hop police out there, brother, and they've been out there for over 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So they don't look at the white collar niggas that be quiet. Like, you got the scam niggas, and we'll get on that later. The scam niggas hardly ever be looked at because they're so quiet about this shit. They may floss a little on IG or whatever, but they're not telling niggas exactly what they doing, whereas rappers are telling them exactly what they doing, who they talk to, what block they sitting on, how much they moving. So the feds just be writing it all down, make a little fake profile as a bad looking bitch, follow your ass, send you a few DMs asking you what you doing, and you'll tell them everything. And they'll pop up and boom, boom, boom. You went, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Niggas hating on me. Niggas ain't hating on me, man. You snitching on yourself, bro. Yeah. You know, and believe me, I ain't from the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? I came from that era, but I never associated myself with that. I was always like, look, I gotta do what I gotta do to make my money, but I don't want to define myself as a nigga that's gotta be strict to some bullshit code that ain't real. Talk about street code. This nigga, all them niggas then snitched. Let's be real. All the niggas you look up to, that them niggas then snitch. Every single one of them, you know what I'm saying? And you look at the Casanova 2 times and his crew, all these niggas, man, once you make legit money, stop it, my nigga. Like, get out of that shit. But the problem is, you can't. Cause that's that street code shit, right? You know what I'm saying? That's that.
Well, it's all about who you want to be socially accepted by, and I think that's the other part. It's like, you turn around and you take a nigga from the streets who got that shit out the mud, you know, and all they friends is gang members, drug dealers, and all those different types
of things. You said that in your IG Live, I seen it again.
And you make this fucking money, but you still want to be socially accepted by your fucking peers, because these new motherfuckers
you don't want to change
who have money, they're not necessarily welcoming you in. They're trying to hustle you and scam you out your money and figure out how you got the fucking money. So it's kind of like you have a definitive balance. Do I like fucking stick with the people that I know are going to get me in trouble and get me in fucking jail and all that type of shit? Or do I go with the people who don't really want me to be where I should be, you know? And it's just...
So then it becomes, you know, you need to have a circle. You need to have a tight-knit circle that you know that's your day ones. Like they say, you know, you keep your day ones around you. And some of them niggas will flip on you too, especially if you ain't feeding them. You know, so let's be real. But you got to keep your circle. You know who's really down for you. You know who using you, man. You know, it's like the, you know, we talk about the streets and shit like that. Let's talk about KRXM for a second. You know, I never wanted to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's funny to me.
But it's relevant.
It's relevant, but it's like, it's funny to me, man. Just like, I remember everybody, like, I never cared for them. I'll be honest, I liked his music when he first came out because I thought he was doing something that nobody else was doing with the Onyx type, you know, rah rap and shit, right? I'm like, he's alright, you know what I mean? Not my thing, but you know, at least he's got his own thing. He don't sound like everybody else on the radio, right? And it's like, oh man, this nigga gonna snitch and he ain't gonna be able to come out. This nigga is making more money than he was when he was before he got locked up. His whole team switched up.
He got like a $10 million deal.
He had already had that. Because niggas didn't know that he signed to the son of Lucian Grange, which is the guy that runs Universal Records. So he already had a big powerhouse behind him, even though he seemed like he was independent. Plus, you know, don't forget he's got the Latino market on his side too. You guys got to understand something, man. You know what I mean? This is something I had to learn too, man. I'm a hip hopper, man. Break dancing, I graffiti, I MC, I DJ, I can do all that, right? I did all the facets of hip hop. Here's the issue: hip hop is a culture. It's real. However, the music industry is not. So the problem is people really think that these niggas are all real and everything they're saying is true, and it's not, my nigga. It's all fabrication to sell records. So the streets is done. The only niggas that are in jail that ain't getting out, that ain't gonna be able to ever touch this nigga, are the niggas that y'all swear about that kept it true or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, Peace to Shotty and all them cats, man, but they niggas in jail, they ain't touching this nigga. This nigga's living his best life. He don't give a fuck about being something, dog. Guess what? Most of his fucking fan base, they don't give a fuck if that nigga snitched or if he's real or whatever, man. This is entertainment to them. White people don't think, you know what I'm saying? They love the Scarface look and everything like that. You know what I mean? They understand that shit. But at the same time, they're like, yeah, this is entertainment. I don't give a fuck if the nigga snitch. I don't care if this happened, that. You know what I mean? Because rock stars don't gotta go through it. You know, what the country star that said nigga, this, that, and the third, I thought he was gonna, this nigga shit shot up. Why? Because his fan base doesn't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't saying it in his music. He just said that also on some personal shit. And guess what? We've all said some racist personal shit. Like, the problem of recording everything you do is that problem. But no other industry or no other genre of music's got to worry about that but hip-hop, because we put this out there that we're real, this, that, and the third. Well, the record labels know it's not. You know what I'm saying? The PR niggas know it's not. Everybody knows half these niggas is fake. Like, what was this Gangsta shit on the Boondocks? You ain't never watched the Boondocks. It's on HBO Max. Sometimes on Adult Swim. Gangsta, which he said, my favorite rapper was Ice Cube. Ice Cube was not a gangster. Dr. Dre was not a gangster, big dog. You know what I'm saying? They're great. They're talented songwriters and producers and this, that, and the third. But they sold this whole vision that they were this, that, and the third, and they were not. You know what I mean? And so, and funny enough, even when we found out that they were not, it didn't matter. They had already made this impact of being such great entertainers that the people that really buy the records, because niggas don't buy records, white women do. White women don't give a fuck.
But see, here's the whole thing, though. What really is a gangster in these days? You know, because
spell it out.
In the who knows? Because it's defined. If you go to any state, you can talk to somebody and they be like, oh, you don't want to fuck with him, he's a gangster. Then this motherfucker walks up and you're like, what the fuck? I'll slap this nigga like a fucking fly. You know, but us other motherfuckers that are fucking scared of him. You know, all that type of stuff. And I think at some point, it's really just being confident in who you are and realizing what setting and what type of audience that you want to fucking do.
Right.
You know, in my opinion, you know, growing up, Ice Cube was a gangster. You know,
right, me too.
Dr. Dre, you know, necessarily wasn't the fucking gangster type and shit like that. He just hung around with him. Eazy-E was a full-fledged gangster. You used to see him running through the motherfucker.
Everybody knew that, but he the one that died on a gangster way. So you want to be dead or you want to be rich? It seems like being the fake gangster or just the artist and entertainer is the way to go, rather than trying to be so real in the streets and all that shit. Because that shit ain't, the streets don't love nobody. Shout out to Conway the Machine and Griselda and them. The streets love nobody.
So what you think is gonna happen when Big Meech comes home?
Man, at the end of the day, I think he's going to get a lot of press. He's going to make sure, I think he'll probably get a show, a podcast. You You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna be able to make money off the realness that he was, but he ain't gonna be dumb enough to get back into it. You know, he didn't have to. All the like I said, Anthony, you know what I'm saying? Your all the things from that one show. Yeah, they were real gangsters in the street, but they understood how to elevate themselves out of that. You get the dirty money to make clean money. You know what I'm saying? You launder your money. Everybody knows that you launder your money. Once you launder your money, you leave that shit behind. Get that shit to the little OGs and let them run with that shit and get out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, now you're making legit money. There's no reason for you to be why you want to be locked up for? Why you want to have $100 million in the bank and be locked up? It's great commissary, I guess, and shit, my nigga, but what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when Big Beach come home, he's smart. He already 50's probably gonna make sure that he gets paid off that show that he's doing. He's gonna have a podcast. He's probably gonna do some clothing and shit, all that kind of stuff. He'll be fine because he already paid his dues for niggas like y'all to respect him and buy whatever he's talking about because he's a real nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, unreal niggas like Tekashi 6ix9ine are making just as much money, if not more. So what are we talking about here, man? What you think about this shit, Mastermind?
It's a bunch of frauds and fakes, man. And that word real is very loosely used by a lot of these motherfuckers out here. But I keep that shit to myself, you know what I'm saying? Let y'all play y'all part, y'all talk, y'all run y'all mouth, y'all this, that, and the third, y'all want to shoot at each other and all that, that's cool. When the smoke clears, I'm going to be right here.
Hey,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. I ain't want to fuck with these frauds, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, that's what I mean. Like I said, you want to keep it real. But let's be real, if your real is real street shit that you can go to do Fed time for, you might want to dial it back some. Because if you're posting everything online, IG Live and all that, the feds are watching you, my nigga. The local cops are watching. Everybody's watching. They're just waiting. And the thing is, just because you ain't got caught yet, they're just waiting. It's like Rollo being locked up. They got him on RICO charges. Oh, he ain't no RICO. It doesn't matter.
Instagram is the new church.
The fucking the church shit. The feds don't come after you unless they know they got a 98% chance of getting your ass, big dog. You know? So you gotta look at all that shit too.
You're not getting caught because you good. You're not getting caught because they still building the motherfucking case. But when they fuck around and they build the whole case and shit like that, you're gonna be sitting there and like the little memes on thing when they be like 10 years, the nigga fall out like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep it thorough, man.
You think Bobby Shmurda gonna drop a track soon?
Yeah, man, and the thing about Shmurda is that, this is the sad thing, because he stayed down, he kept it real, no snitch, all that, even took more time for his mans. That's commendable. That's man shit. But y'all want to call it real, that's cool, real nigga shit too, that's man shit. Here's the issue. Is he going to be able to drop a record that matters? Because is it going to matter just because it's Bobby Shmurda and y'all going to really support him? Or if it's not trendy and all that shit like everybody else's shit's got to be, are you just going to let it go by the wayside? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a lot of niggas are one-hit wonders, and that's fine. A lot of one-hit wonders make a lot of money, and they put their money in other shit, and they good. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
Tell Jordan.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But Montel had more than that. He ain't no one-hit wonder, man. He had shit with Master P and other shit. He did his thing, but that one hit
though,
it propelled him to do it. But he still had a good second record. Yeah. His third record ain't do shit. He even dropped the third record.
His other song? All I remember is
that Let's Ride with Master P and that shit was jamming. Yeah, he had some joints. You know what I'm saying? But still, there's one-hit wonder niggas that you can make your fucking money. Your I Love McConas and all. You can make $1 million or more off of one good record that goes worldwide. But if you're spending all that money on getting a car and trying to look fly and all that, and you're not able to spend that money to make better music or buy better songs and beats for people, then that shit goes away. A real motherfucker, like, look, people used to laugh at Young Jock. You know what I'm saying? Young Jock had that one great record. It wasn't a one-hit wonder. He had that one great record that had 2 or 3 singles on it. But Jock was smart. He took that money. He invested in other shit. Yeah, he on Love and Hip Hop now, but guess what? He's never been broke. You know what I'm saying? Oh, when he start driving Uber, he driving Uber. Yeah, that nigga trying to make more money. Like, at the end of the day, like, you need to have several revenue streams. Y'all, Nipsey says that shit to y'all, and y'all think it's only what revenue streams that make you look like a G? No, nigga, whatever can make me money, I'ma do it. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta make videos, I'ma do it. If I gotta sell beats, I'ma do it. If I gotta make clothes, I'ma do it. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta consult motherfuckers, I'ma do it. My man right here does the same thing. He got 7 kids. 7, right? You think this nigga sleeping? Like, that's the one thing. I sleep pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no kids, so I'm able to sleep a lot longer. This nigga ain't never sleep. He hitting me at 7 a.m., 7 p.m., 7:30 QM. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga know he gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with having multiple revenue streams. Ain't nothing wrong with you getting 2 or 3, 4 different jobs as well as hustling and doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's important because each business has a season. It has a season where it's gonna harvest, and then there's a season where you have to plant the seeds. And if you have the different streams, then they overlap. And you have a bountiful amount of abundance. But if you just focus on one thing when you're in that planting season, then what the fuck are you gonna do with your fucking bills? And that's where you get people going crazy, you get people doing drugs, you get people creating OnlyFans page and doing all that different types of shit. You know, I just seen the growing up fucking hip hop, the guy Sam on that's dating Pep's daughter. This motherfucker got an OnlyFans page and shit like that, fucking in a fucking cooking and shit, basically almost butt naked. That shit's fucking crazy.
Making money.
But it's making fucking money. But at the same token, for me, the way that I grew up, I feel like I just wouldn't want to stoop to that way. I don't want to sell my fucking dick. Yeah. You know,
it goes. There's two ways to think about it, man. You know, if you look like, you know, the problem with today is that you have a Kim Kardashian, right? You got a Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. You got motherfuckers that, you know, Kim Kardashian made a sex tape, sold it to Vivid, made $1 billion off of it in the long run because that's what propelled her to major status. No one would have ever thought that Kim Kardashian would have become a billionaire off of being a low-rate amateur porn star. So when you have little girls that, you know, come on, let's be honest, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians just finished the last season. They've been on for 15, 16, 17 years, right? Whatever. On TV. So they're getting paid for being hoes. You know what I'm saying? However, when you got little girls that grow up to that, and it's like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, how did she start? And then you know, you got the internet now. See, back when it was all a lure. You had no clue. You know, Vanessa Williams was in Playboy. We just heard about it as kids. We ain't know what was good because we weren't able to go buy this shit. We weren't able to go just get on our phone. We didn't have phones.
That shit, I saw that.
Remember that shit?
Her and LaToya Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. Remember that shit?
I had that shit.
Right? Don't say that much either.
Yeah.
But now a kid is able to get on the phone and look up, hey, what Kim Kardashian, how she start, and it'll go there. And it's like, look, man, if you in the mud, like he always say, the mud and shit. And you see that it's easy for me to just go ahead and make a little sex tape with somebody that's somewhat popular or whatever, like, so they get with all these dumb rappers, they get with the Futures and all that, making all this. But look at Lori Harvey, even though she's the stepdaughter of Steve Harvey, she wasn't rich about her own money or popular. But she was pretty, already in those circles, so she knew what she was doing. I'm gonna fuck with all these popular niggas, get my Instagram and shit up so I can make money off my Instagram. So, like he said, me personally, yeah, I'm not trying to go that route because I have professional things going on. I ain't trying to put myself out there to where somebody would never want to rock with me because they're like, yeah, man, your dick's on OnlyFans or on Pornhub. However, there's plenty of people that are millionaires off of Pornhub and all that, so I'm not knocking them. You do what you got to do. That's just not my route. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like, there's so many ways to make money in America. This is America. It's a free enterprise. There's so many ways to make money, but you have to hold those consequences will be there. And so, like they said on the Breakfast Club the other day, like Kim Kardashian's doing her thing. And peace to Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian family. It's always all love from the Spitboxx, man. But at the same time, it's like what they said on Breakfast Club. She's gonna have to explain that shit to her kids. But by that time, man, I think the society will be so screwed that her kids will be like, yeah, we need to fucking start our own like porn company. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just so much money in it. Because at the end of the day, I hate to say it, man, I love my soul, I love, you know, my morals, but like at the end of the day, money is power in America. And even though people may think you're a slut or whatever, she got $1 billion. If y'all talking about the New World Order and leaving the country, she can leave the country right now and set up shop somewhere where there's no extradition and she can be fine. Because she made a porn tape. Can you? Can I? I can't. I'm working on it now. I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what Jay-Z said. I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. Like, he had to do a lot of shit that I didn't care for. I hated that nigga for a long time, but I love him now because I realized, like, now, what do? He getting niggas out of jail. He's getting Black Lives Matter niggas out of jail. He's doing him and Beyonce do so much shit undercover because they know that niggas is watching them and shit like that. You know what I mean? But they couldn't do that if they didn't get the dough. So it's kind of like, you know, what they said, the end justifies the means. It's something I never really agreed with, but it goes both ways, man. What you think?
I think everybody's got a story, you know, and I think that, you know, in that story, you're going to have some fuck-ups and you're going to have some glories, and it's all about how you spin it around and be a blessing for other people. And the more opportunities you create for other people, then it's kind of like you strengthen your knowledge, you validate what it is that you know, and you're building that community around you of people that actually genuinely fucking rock with you because they know that you benefit from one another. I think that, you know, growing up, it's like your parents tell you, believe in yourself, you can do anything that you want, but then they never really unpack that statement. And then if you don't do what they did, then they can't really give you advice. So it almost feels like you're out there in the world by yourself, and you're making all these different moves, and then you're trying to choose which circle you want to rock with because some people have certain characteristics that you want, And it's like you're out there trying to find yourself, and you're building a craft, trying to build and find yourself in a business, and you have to get to that point to where you're humble enough to admit when you're wrong, and you can learn from different things, but aggressive enough to believe in what you believe in and push through the doubt that everybody around you is saying is not going to work. And you find that balance, and you get to a situation to where we are here. You know, I mean, this guy and I met just on a fucking a radio interview that I had set up with another DJ Malone, and stuff like that with the 494. Yeah. And through that, I wasn't mentally ready to meet somebody else of color, you know, that actually really wanted to hustle and get it in, because I had been jaded. You meet so many niggas that say, I really want to do this shit, and then you put them in little small situations, and then they fold on you, and I don't understand that shit. I'm a sophisticated nigga, but I think like a street nigga. I want that shit right, and I want to move and do this and hustle and hustle and hustle. And that's what, like you said, so then moving forward into it, you know, he reached out to me and was like, yo, where the fuck you been? I told you come out to the fucking studio. And I'm like, man, I'm dealing with raising my grandmother and my kids and shit. And I just thought you was Hollywood talking to me. He was like, nah, you know, and I took that risk and came in, and we've been rocking and building and doing support inside and outside of my professional life. And those are the resources that you have to do, but it's being humble enough to realize when you're not moving in the right direction that somebody is welcoming you in. Because we all say, I want to meet people that hustle like me, and then you meet them and you fucking blow that fucking opportunity because you're so stuck in what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday has nothing to do with what's going on now. And you have to look at that in the full picture of where it is that you want to be in your life, in your career, and everything. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens with a team and the people that you choose to believe in you. And sometimes when people believe in you, hurts your feelings, because they'll tell you, nigga, your teeth is yellow. Or nigga, you didn't do this. Even setting up this shit today, you know, we got to get the green screen right. We got to have the lighting. But it's like having people that are so invested in you, just like you're invested in you, makes a big fucking difference in how you walk through the world.
Right, your circle. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, you gotta keep people. We call it A-like, the 5%. You know, peace to the gods and earths, man. You know, so we call them A-likes. You know what I'm saying? Allah likes, meaning like, you know what I'm saying? We God body. We're all striving for perfection. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be perfect, but we're striving for perfection. So at the end of the day, you want to keep people around you that have that same kind of that mindset. What the new old people will say, you know what I'm saying, that vibrate higher. You know what I'm saying? You want people that vibrate high like you, so that way y'all can go together. But when you keep niggas around you that want to just sit around and just kind of hold your coattails, man, I had to realize that, man. I run a whole rap crew, man, and I had to realize, like, you know what I mean? I'm the only cat that's really doing the real work. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's like, that's why there are no more rap crews and groups, because niggas don't want to do the work. They just want to have the glitz and glam. You know what I'm saying? When I pull up in the Lambo, everybody want to hit me up. Hey, what's going on, man? Where my piece of that at? But whenever it's like, hey, yo, I need you to get on social media. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You know what I'm saying? I need you to do all the things that takes you 15 minutes a day. I ain't got time for it. I got all this shit going on in my life. Cool. But as soon as you see me in fucking Egypt, you know what I'm saying, getting in the king's tomb or whatever, it's, oh, you know what I'm saying, where'd that money come from? I get my money in a lot of other places. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that, you know what I'm saying, I'm ever fucking anybody over, because at the end of the day, like, people fuck me over, and that's why I'm in the position that I'm in, because no weapon formed against me shall prosper, man. I get the blessings because I pass them on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like he said, man, I'm to the point where I used to say that to everybody. There's a lot of cats that follow me on IG, probably watching this shit now. You know, hey, come through. Let's do this. Let's work. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? They never come through on some working with us. Nah. So, I need y'all on this. I need y'all to do. They always want something from you, but they don't want to give back. They don't really want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, man. That's the industry shit. Everybody been messed over, you know, depending where you from. Like, I had a man, shout out to Huss Kingpin and Smooth and all them out in Hempstead, New York, and Rock Marshall on the cats. Like, Huss put something on Twitter, like last year, he was like, you know, a lot of cats weren't raised with love. You know what I mean? And that shit hit me. So I was like, you know what, you're right. Like, I was raised, you know, my dad was there, but he wasn't in the home, but he was there. My mom was in there, but my mom and my sister raised me, man. I was raised with love. So, like, I don't come from a place where I'm worried about everybody hurting me. I come from a place where it's like, you know, man, I'm gonna just show love and get whatever I get. And when I don't get love back, it's all good, man. I mean, that's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't come from a place where I gotta protect myself, because I feel like God is my bodyguard, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move and do whatever I gotta do, because at the end of the day, like, I'm protected. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of cats, man, when you ain't raised with love, man, it's like your whole mindset is everybody's out to get me, so I gotta worry about myself. And there's nothing wrong with that mindset when it comes to like business. You know what I'm saying? Industry shit, business, because that's true. This industry will eat you a fucking lie. But when it comes to people and people, rock with people, nah, my nigga, because at the end of the day, you're gonna end up burning a bridge. And like they tell you burn a bridge, you can't walk right. You're gonna be sitting on the other side of that bridge like, damn, I wish I was over there with these cats. When you burnt that bridge, my nigga, now I can't rock with you. And I believe in second chances, but I'm slowly taking that away the older I get, because I realize like there's only so much time. You know what I'm saying? So I can't keep wasting my time because cats don't really want to understand. Like, you got to take a risk in trusting me as well. But let's be real. Look at you, look at me. Who's the one that's got to be worried about? Because you can see, my shit's online, bro. My shit everywhere. And ask anybody that don't know Archangel, they're going to tell you, that nigga's a stand-up motherfucker. Like, yeah, bro, like, at the end of the day, I rock with anybody that rocks with me. But at the same time, when I see you moving stupidly, I step back. You know what I'm saying? I move through like Houdini on some shit, man. That's what I know. That's the same thing. Like, you from Compton. You know what I'm saying? So I remember you said that whenever you didn't first come through, you were like, yeah, man, I'm from an era where, you know, niggas look at you as food. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what? I never thought, I used to be in areas like, you know what I'm saying, when I would go to New York, man, I'd be in New York shopping and shit with shopping bags in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And I'd have to look up, like, wait a minute, I'm by myself, $2,000 worth of shit on me, you know, this back when I was like 160 or something, look up and see niggas looking at me all crazy. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute, I'm looking at food. You know what I'm saying? But I just make the smartest shit. Hey, let me put all this shit in a suitcase or something and move out. You know what I'm saying? Or move around or whatever. So niggas don't. You know what I'm saying? But those are stranger niggas. You know what I'm saying? These ain't people that are coming to you telling you, hey, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Let's move together. Or if you still don't trust them, get the shit in writing. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a contract, my nigga. Even with your friends, man. Contracts.
That's a guarantee.
You can download shit online for free. If you need contracts, holler at us, man. We go. I put the contact in the shit on the YouTube. But you know, BandofthehawkTV's got a contact flyer. You can go hit us up. But I'll see the contracts for free, bro. At the end of the day, because you need those. At the end of the day, ain't nothing wrong with signing a contract. Say, hey, yo, I'm giving you this beat for this, that, and the third, or I'm giving you this verse for this, that, and the third, or I'm doing this video for this, that, and the third, man. I got cats. I got family in this industry that, you know, pay a videographer $500 for a video, right? You know what I'm saying? These video niggas, I'm telling you, man, like, that's why I do all my own videos. Y'all wonder why? This is why. You pay them niggas, I gotta have all my money up front. So I wouldn't believe it. I'll give you half now, half on delivery. I want up front. Okay, sign this paperwork then. You know why? Because them niggas will take your money. You be like, all right, here's $500. I need that video back in a month. All right, that's all good. A month roll by, oh, I ain't got it. 2 months roll by, I ain't got it. 3 months go by, you know what? Hey, yo, give me my money back. Oh, no, let me send you this bullshit ass video. Let's send you some bullshit. You like, yo, this ain't what we agreed upon. Oh, okay, well, yo, I'll give you half the money back and then go fuck yourself. You like, well, damn, man, nigga, like, you were better off negotiating with the nigga, or if you had the contract saying, look, I'm paying you this $500. I spent it back within a month. Every week you don't have it back after that month. I'm taking $50 off the fucking, you know what I'm saying, off the shit. You owe me that back, and I'm hitting you up with PayPal. No Cash App, no Zelle, nothing that you can't be able to dispute. You have to understand that you gotta do business, because when you're doing business, you know what I'm saying, niggas gotta be held to a certain standard. But you're not doing business when you're doing nigga shit. If I can just hit you up on IG and be like, hey yo man, I got this going on, but Cash App me $100 and I'm gonna get it back to you. There ain't nothing to save you on that shit, bro. You can come back to me, and I didn't change my whole shit. Now, funny enough, that's a segue into the next fucking shit we talking about with the scam rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Been looking up that. I was watching Generation Hustle on HBO Max, a really good show. Young cats doing their thing, figuring out a way to make money in this country. It ain't nothing new. Shit, white collar, blue collar, all these niggas been doing this for the last 50, 60 years. That's America, right? But I was one episode 3, man, with your boy TEEJAYX6. Shout out to TEEJAYX6 and all the people in Detroit. RIP J Dilla, peace to all the cats out there, Elzai and all them. TEEJAYX6, it's funny, man, because like, you know, I'm looking at this nigga, he's a scammer. And he and them started making raps, you know what I mean? Music's horrible, you know what I mean? And no diss to the man, but like even his own manager said that Propane, shout out to Propane, was like, yo, man, this shit's horrible. He said this shit on the show. He's like, yo, but the numbers were right. So he started fucking with him because, you know, at the end of the day, he was able to get his YouTube numbers because he was teaching niggas how to scam. He's rapping about scamming niggas. Like, he ain't rapping on beat. None of that, but he was able to, but he was consistent. I'm putting out songs every other day. I got videos. I'm giving you original content. Nobody's rapping about this, so it was something that came up. You know what I mean? So he was like he was teaching niggas easy scams. One of his easiest scam was I make a fake profile on IG with a pretty girl. Take all her pictures. You know what I'm saying? Pay what 100 to get like 100,000 followers or whatever. You know, fake or whatever. And start hitting up thirsty niggas. Follow them. Them niggas will follow you back because they think you're a pretty girl. These niggas are stupid, right? You know, let's just be real. Then niggas want to get in your DM. Oh yeah, what's going on? Let's fly you out. Okay, hey, no doubt. Send me the money for the fucking for the ticket. Cash up the money for the ticket. Block their ass and move on to the next nigga. You can do that shit all day because niggas are that dumb. You know what I'm saying?
That shit really does work.
It works. When I was
trying to get my Facebook followers up, this is way back when I first started social media.
Yeah, all day.
I was a photographer, so I took one of the models that I shot and put her as my profile picture and put all photos of her. And I went from like 20 followers to like 1,000 followers
all day
in like 3 days.
All day.
And shit like that.
All day.
Yeah, people sending all different types of shit, and it's fucking crazy.
All day,
you know, because it's just people want to be in opportunities that they feel like they feasibly can't be in. And so they look at the internet and there's a lot of lurky, uncool people on the internet that have a lot of fucking dough.
Right.
You know, and shit like that. But why not take it and be smarter and build a modeling agency and have all these different models and then make money from the models going to do the work versus...
There's legit was out there doing that, right. Absolutely.
Versus trying to, you know, scam people or whatever. But who doesn't want a quick buck? You know? Who doesn't want to?
I mean, at the end of the day, but right, and that's the thing is that, you know,
a quick buck and a quick nut go a long way for a lot of people.
This whole scam thing, you know, I mean, it ain't going nowhere. It's been around. I mean, there's, like I said, there's plenty of fucking white collars that have been doing this shit and no one's ever looked at them. So the niggas are finally getting all they, you know, you got your hush puppy. They found that nigga though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing is that don't. And then even like your boy, shout out, you know, Adam 22 on No Jumper, he had interviewed TEEJAYX6 and he was like, yo man, you gotta stop doing this shit. You're getting legit money now. You need to stop because the niggas are watching you. They haven't got you yet because they're waiting to see who else. They want to connect to the other big niggas that are doing this shit too. You know what I'm saying? And see how they can figure out how to stop everybody else. But they want to be able to get the big fish. They don't want the little fish. That's how the feds work. You know what I'm saying? But in the day, he's talking about he did that. He's talking about how he got Black China. It was like, look, we gonna act like we can sell, you can get 4 iPhones for $900. Cash at me this, boom, boom, boom. But we gonna pay Black China $2,500 to fucking post it so that way all her followers that want to jump on it. They made 9,000 in one day. Delete that page. Move on to the next scam. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not telling you this shit so that way I can go do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? There's so many things out there because if you are a stupid nigga, and I'm not talking about a black person, ignorant motherfucker, you a stupid nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you really think that things that are too good to be true are true and you're ready to throw your money at it in a way that you can't be protected, well, go ahead, bro. Cash App was not protecting you, all right? Zelle was not protecting you. The only thing that protects you is PayPal because PayPal has it to where as long as you say businesses, no friends and service shit, don't ever fall for that friends and services shit. You want to save 4%? Nigga, it's 4%, my nigga. Pay the 4% fee so that we do the businesses. So that, the reason why they say that is because they know that if you go to PayPal and say, look, I paid this man $500 for this video. He never delivered to me. That guy's got to prove that he sent the shit to you. You know what I'm saying? And if he can't prove that, PayPal's gonna give you your money back. And even if he sends it to you, and that's the thing is that they get a lot of niggas will scam you on this. They'll be like, oh, here's the delivery receipt that I sent it to him. Well, look, you gotta have that contract. They'll be like, look, here's the contract where I told him if I didn't like this, that, and the third, I get this back. So once again, man, it ain't nothing. Even if it's a simple email, hey, look, this is what we agreed upon. Reply and let me know you agree to this shit. So I'm winning court cases off shit like that.
PayPal will save you.
PayPal will save you.
It's even better if you connect your debit card to your PayPal, because if PayPal denies the dispute, you file a dispute with your fucking bank.
Right.
You know.
Or credit card, because you can do this with your credit card as well. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You want to have that
depending on your credit card company or whatever, they'll have your back. But y'all gotta stop all this nigga shit, man. The Cash App thing. Think about it, man. My weed man does shit off of Cash App. Think about it. The shit that ain't legal, niggas do off of Cash App because at the end of the day, there's no way to save you from that shit, big dog. So if you want to do business and you want to be protected, you can't use it. You gotta do PayPal. And niggas that don't want to use PayPal, that's a red flag. Why don't you want to use PayPal? Oh yeah, you probably got banned from PayPal because you've been scamming niggas. So guess what? I'm gonna move on. It's not that. Look, I know you want what you want, my nigga, but that's girl shit. I'm gonna make an emotional decision because I want what I wanted. No, my nigga, we men. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women out there listening to me, y'all are men-minded too, because y'all doing everything yourselves, raising your own families and all that. Like, make smart decisions. If I'm doing business with somebody, they need to do business the correct way. Either they have a real credit card processing shit on their website that's legit, which once again, if that's the case, your credit card will have your back, or they use PayPal. When people don't use PayPal, man, it lets me know right there, like, okay, what's up with that shit, man? You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all doing business the correct way. Like I said, you got all these scammers at the shout. Like I said, shout out TEEJAYX6, man. I hope everything's good with y'all. Know funny story. The man said he paid he paid a fake police officer to arrest him at his first show in LA just to build his buzz up. Ended up getting a $10 million deal from Atlantic. Said he signed the contract with a fake name so that way he got a fucking, so he got his dough, but he ain't never got to do shit for the label because he signed the shit with him. Like, you understand what I'm telling you? Like, there's some niggas that are just, their whole mindset is to fuck over. There is nothing legit about him. The only thing legit he said in that whole hour episode of Generation Hustle was great. Was like, he paid the IRS his $2 million out of that $10 million. And the interview lady was like, yo, why'd you pay that IRS? She's like, nigga, I don't want the IRS on my ass. That was one of the smartest things the nigga said to me. I was like,
yeah, the IRS on your ass.
That's the feds. Once again, you don't want the government. But he was like, yo, I paid them. I ain't worried about the other bank shit that I'm doing, this, that, and the third. But I ain't gonna try to cheat the IRS. You cheat the IRS out of 100,000, they coming for you. Shit, 1,000, they coming for you sooner or later. But $2 million, yeah, he paid this shit, man. So, like I said, man, shout out to the whole scam rap people out there, man. Or they doing their thing or whatever. Shout out to Generation Hustle. That was a dope show. Go peep that on HBO Max or Fire Stick it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, do good business. You know what I mean? Understand, like, at the end of the day, this is a music business. Something that, you know, Rhyme and Reason, one of my favorite hip hop documentaries, something that Dre said. He's like, yo, this is the music business. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, me personally, like, I don't do good music business for this part. I don't make music that that everybody wants to hear. I make music that I like and my certain fan base fucks with. So I don't make as much money as I could. I can literally go make thought shit music, you know, scam shit music or whatever, make shit that I know in my heart is wrong, because I understand that at the end of the day, what you are, what you listen to. I understand that music and movies influence people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do that. But however, that's good business for cats that do, you know, like I said, you know, Ice Cube isn't a gangster, but he knew that gangster rap was going to make him who he is now. He's a mogul now. Nobody can tell that nigga shit. His fucking son is fucking acting now. The ends justified the means with him. That's just not my style. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out which one you're going to be. And then when you do so, do the business wisely. What you think?
I agree.
Yo, man, what you been doing over here? What you thinking, bro?
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put in some of my peoples in this rotation. Shout out to Rob Delet, Bozzy, Coach Johnson.
Hey, Bozzy, what's up, man?
Band of the Hawk,
yes, sir.
Freeman, Yo Majesty. You know what I'm saying? Thorough. I just played his song earlier. So, you know what I'm saying? Showing love and trying to suck up some of this knowledge my brothers out here spitting. So, you know, make sure y'all pay the fuck attention.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? So, that's all we got this week, man. You know, so just want to show some love, man. Thank y'all for watching the Spitboxx and everything. I'm Noah Archangel from the Band of the Hawk Underground Pyramid Crew. Bow up. You can follow me at BandofthehawkTV or at BandofthehawkTV on YouTube and Facebook, but on IG and Twitter, Bandofthehawk_. Make sure y'all go to Bandofthehawk.com. And then you got the Bow Up app, BOHUP app. It's free on iOS and Android for the music, the beats, all that. Hit me up, let me know what y'all need to talk about, things like that. We got the music promotion services and the IG services, all that for help y'all. And we do this shit legitly. I got your back. Like I said, PayPal shit, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm Jeffrey Vaughn. I'm representing KRXM Radio, the media personality for KRXM Radio. You can visit us online at www.krxmradio.com. Click on the programming link. That'll give you all the information you need on how to be featured on our platform. We're doing some great things out in Houston. We've raised a little over $17,000 to feed the homeless.
Yes.
Out. You know, we give them meals. We got testimonials. So any donations that you want to make, visit us online on the website. You could also follow us on Instagram at KRXM Radio. There's a link in there which gives you more information. Just shoot us a DM. If you like me just as a person, you can follow me at Senior5150 because I'm outright, ain't all right. And then DJ, where can I follow you?
Yo, Mastermind, what's going on?
So, you know, same thing. Facebook, IG, DJ Mastermind, aka DJ Bow Up. If you're in the H-Town area, in July, toward the end of July, we're doing another Kids Paint Sip. So bring the kids out for free. Caffeine Coffee, Alameda, 5225 Alameda.
Yep.
Every Friday, we're there spinning for Heavy Hookah. So come on out.
No cover and BYOB.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're still doing the paint sips on Wednesday nights too, right?
Every other Wednesday night.
Every other Wednesday? Okay.
Yes, sir.
With Shigo, yeah, shout out to Shigo, shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all our lady painters out there, our woman painters, our black women, our women of color. You know what I'm saying? All women, actually, man. It's all love. Yo, man, on IG, you DJ_Bow Up, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, DJ_Bow on IG. Right.
Yes, sir.
And your artwork's on the site, right?
Yeah. If you want to cop some prints or anything original, just let me know. We also do all of our Bow Up prints through the website also.
That's
so
right, that's right.
Or get the Android app or the
Apple app. So BandofthehawkTV.com/art. You get his art prints. You get them on canvas, just regular paper, all that. He does all of our artwork for our merchandise as well. So you want the shirts and all that, Bandofthehawk.com/store or the Bow Up app. That's all good, man. So signing off, man. You know what I'm saying? Noah Archangel, Jeffrey Vaughn, DJ Mastermind. This is the Spitboxx with 2 X's, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're doing our thing. Peace to Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? We'll see y'all next week. Let us know if y'all in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that. Let us know what y'all want to talk about. We'll talk about it. If it ain't no bitch shit, you know how that go. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace out.